Okay, it's Bob Frizzell for the reality game. And mm, I don't know, on our channel, we haven't done it lately, but over the past few years, we've done quite a number of talks about mm, sacred economics, which is the replacement for um, you paying money for things. Sacred economics is a gift economy. It's very high vibrational, and it is run primarily by synchronicity and coincidence. It's not like an oddball coincidence. When you get your vibration really high, the synchronicities and coincidences happen automatically for you. So you don't have to make a shopping list of things that you need. The things, just as you go about your day, will just be like, there it is. And oh, isn't that lovely? Maybe it's like, I don't know, maybe you went for a walk in the afternoon and you didn't bring a pack sack or anything. And you just, before you even thought you were thirsty, someone handed you a glass of water. And you went, oh, well, it's been a while since I had some water, so thank you very much. And you drink the water, and just like that. So it's thoughtfulness on the part of everyone. And so if we're going to institute sacred economics, gift economy, it doesn't mean you have to go like if you like to bake cookies, it doesn't mean you have to spend 3 weeks cooking cookies and then stand out on the nature trail handing out cookies. It's not really like that. I mean, maybe you really do like cooking. I know somebody that does. But, for the average person that once in a while cooks cookies, it doesn't mean you're going to have to like pick something so that you have something to gift other people. It's more serendipity, which is another word for just like, wow. The only reason I say like don't spend 3 weeks in the kitchen if you don't normally spend 3 weeks in the kitchen, and it's unless you really feel inspired and it's like, "Oh, I'm just going to start cooking," and you're really in love with it. It's about things you enjoy, and it's not like like currently, it's like you go to I don't know, someplace and you feel like you have to tip them. They're going to look at me and they're going to say I'm cheap if I don't tip them. And that's, if it's onerous on you, it's like, I got to tip you, and, how much should I tip you? And should I over tip you? Or, it's like too much thinking about it. And, if you're really not thrilled about going and spending 3 weeks making cookies, then don't do it. So it's not about obligation. It's about, if it's the joy of cooking and you just like to cook, then, and you don't, in the gift economy, it's not like, for your ingredients, you're going to have to buy them. Our world is full of abundance. There's so much stuff. And if we just share, there's so much stuff that we can share and just brighten up each other's day. So I just want to encourage people planting a seed that gift economy is the way to go. And, a lot of people stress out about their bills, like strangely enough, in Ontario province, Canada, the hydro rates or the electrical rates were set up so that if you used electricity at what they call peak times, you paid a lot of money. And if you used electricity in the middle of the night, it was still very expensive. Ontario province Despite having unbelievable amounts of electricity, they charge a fortune. It's among the highest electricity in North America. Uh, Strangely, once this quarantine went into effect, the government decided that electrical companies couldn't have this differential in prices. So now it's the same price for electricity day or night. Huh? Huh? That's what I keep saying. It's like, why is it different in quarantine? You don't have big loads. I mean, people still use electricity at a breakfast, lunch, and dinner for cooking, but they decided because of the quarantine, you're going to pay one price all the time. Huh? It escapes me. The logic escapes me. I mean, it's lovely that we don't have to pay these exorbitant rates when you're going to cook supper, but the reasoning behind it makes me go, huh? Nevertheless, Ontario province could be a lot cheaper for electricity. They could make a deal with Quebec province or Manitoba province, both provinces which have a surplus of energy. Ontario province has got rip-off deals. Now, this is the issue with capitalists. People get convinced that we have to get rid of dirty energy. And this was what happened in Ontario province. And what happened was the government said, well, if you make wind power, for example, we're going to make sure you'll get super high rates for your wind power. So, and then they turned around and they stuck the consumers of Ontario with super high electricity bills. And they said, well, we have to go green. And the people of Ontario are going, you sons of bitches. You set up sweetheart deals with your friends because, it's always like the inside deal with, rich people who can afford to do these energy projects. Sweetheart deals for your friends, and then you stuck it to us and gave us enormous electricity bills. Anyway, in the gift economy, we're going to get rid of all of these bills. How is it all going to be arranged? Well, it was just like that. The quarantine happened, and the government just said, that's it, no more of these peak rates. So why don't they just say, that's it, no more capitalism? Some people are going to say, well, there's certain dirty jobs that people won't do unless they're paid well. Like if you were a sewer worker, how's that going to work for you? If you are someone who really hates doing sewer work for the benefit of your community, don't do it. But there are lots of young people who are really into doing things for the community, and they don't mind doing dirty jobs because they really love the fact that they don't mind these things. So don't do things that you don't want to do. But we have, millions of people, even in Ontario province, and some people will do things, dirty jobs that you don't think you want to do even for money. And, in a gift economy, they'll do them. So it's just amazing. In the meantime, I'm still seeing people who are saying that they are high vibrational, high conscious people. They might call themselves star seeds or light workers. And, you click on their link, and lo and behold, they still are selling courses, selling. It's all money economy. So I'm not buying things from these people. And in fact, I'm telling these people, if you're one of them, you're being very low vibration. And some of these people will say, well, we have to do what's known as an energy exchange. In other words, I put energy into doing this work, and you have to give me your energy in the form of money. This is an old teaching, and it doesn't hold water. Because if you were really smart and you read a lot of information, you would learn that there's a story from Paramahansa Yogananda's book, Autobiography of a Yogi, where two young boys, I don't know, maybe they were about 11, one bet the other one that they could go out all day with no money and everything would be paid for by Divine Mother. And lo and behold, the one boy didn't think it was possible, but the other boy knew. He said, you just rely on Divine Mother. What's Divine Mother? Mother energy, very high vibration, and you just have to trust. So the one boy had total trust in Divine Mother. The other boy was what's known as a doubting Thomas. Now, doubting Thomas came from a Bible story where after a bunch of people saw Jesus resurrected, they told Thomas, Jesus is alive. You won't believe it. And doubting Thomas said, I don't believe it. I don't believe you. What are you, nuts? But other people, when they heard this, because they knew that Jesus had done all these miracles before, so it was like, well, it's Jesus, and, he did all these other things. He raised somebody, Lazarus, from the dead. He cured somebody who was lame. He made somebody who was blind see. So if you say that you saw him after he was dead, and he was alive, it was Jesus. I believe it. But Thomas knew all this. He still couldn't believe until he actually saw Jesus, with his own eyes. So doubting Thomases. But that's basically the story. Anyway, I just want to encourage people to go with gift economy, sacred economics. And, if you don't think it's going to work, well, you need to suspend your disbelief. That's what you do when you go into a movie. It's like the first thing you learn about movies in order to believe science fiction while you're in the movie watching it. You don't go into a sci-fi movie and watch some space movie where they're traveling faster than the speed of light and say, I want my money back. I mean, it's impossible to travel faster than light, and then get all, persnickety about it, and then, leave and leave your date there, and, you just stomp your feet and say, I don't believe this. No, when you go to one of these sci-fi movies, you suspend your disbelief. And for the sake of the movie, you say, okay, well, they're traveling, but that's fine. So that's what you have to do when you're going to try out the gift economy. You have to say, despite everything that I believe about, I have to keep paying for things. I'm going to try it. And keep your vibration high. In other words, don't be snarly and this isn't going to work and whatever. It might still work for you, but, have an open heart. Have an open heart. Keep your vibration high. Try it out. The gift economy. I'm Bob Frizzell for The Reality Game. Please subscribe and share to our channels. Please subscribe and share our channels to others.